Hello and welcome back to Aubrey Books and Coffee. Please grab your favorite beverage of choice and join me. I am so excited, everyone. It is the announcement I have been dying to make, and I apologize for any noise on the outside because, of course, the cats chose this very moment to eat, so what are you going to do? But I am so excited. It's here. It's readathon time. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So in case you're new here, welcome. And I hope you will join us in this readathon. If you've been here since, well, forever, hello, friends. We're old friends. You know what I'm going to be talking about today. There are a few changes to the readathon that I think make it so much better, and I hope easier and more enjoyable for everyone. That is the whole point of the readathon. On my channel, we're very laid back and very easy, so this is very self-paced, and I hope it just kind of broadens your horizons a little bit and maybe gets you some new favorite authors and reads during the whole time of the month. So my readathon is a month long. It will start February the 1st, but it ends on February the 27th, not the 28th. So I just want to make sure to give that announcement real quick and draw your attention to it. The reason for that is this year, for the first time, the readathon is actually going to be automated. Hallelujah! So instead of you having to wait for me to send you your clues, they'll come automatically. And so because of that, I needed to have a day where we have a cutoff for when you do your final guess, and then a day where it gets revealed what the answer was. So now to dive into that so it makes more sense for those of you who are new here, my readathon, the ABC-athon, is based, and Rebel Toast says hi, is based on the game of Clue. And essentially what I did, though, instead of having, Miss Scarlet and Colonel Mustard, you have actual characters from books that we all know and love and read. And even if you don't, I have redone the spreadsheet by popular demand. And so now it will make more sense because each heading has its own separate title. So you'll know who are actual heroes, or at least who I consider heroes, who are villains, the location, and the weapon used. And essentially what's going to happen is, just like in the game of Clue, I am going to randomly have a draw of those, one from each category, and that's going to determine what villain killed what hero with what weapon and in what fictional location. And so then throughout the month, what you're going to do is you're going to read books, and depending on the book type that you choose, more on that in a minute, it will determine how many clues are going to be sent to you. So let's dive into that part of it. I'm hoping it's making sense so far. You can always ask questions below to let me know if not. And for those of you who've played before, chime in to answer those questions if you want. So basically, if you read any book whatsoever, you're going to get one clue. And so there's going to be a spreadsheet, a form that you can go in and fill out right now that has you register. And you register with your name and you register with an email. This will be the email that these clues are sent to you, these images. And that way you have them all to go back and reference. But it also will be the place where I am going to send something, a special little something to you at the end of the readathon. More on that in a little bit. So going back to these books, you read any book, you get one clue. You go with the new form that won't be available until February the 1st and stops being available February the 27th. And that form will have you again sign in with your email. So it's got to be the same email each time. And whenever you do that, you'll then say the title of your book, how many pages, the author, and then you'll say what it falls under. So if it's any book, you'll click any book, and then it gives you your one clue. The clues will not repeat. They will not. In testing so far, they have not repeated. Let me know if you run into a snag, because this will be the first time we're going live with this, but they should not be repeats. These should be brand new clues each time for you. So if you read a book that is a political or war-based in it, that is worth 2 clues. Isn't that nice? You get more clues for that because February also houses President's Day. So I figure we needed to have some politics and stuff going on with that. If you read a book by an indie author, so you can always Google to find out exactly what are indie self-published, small published books. Those aren't your big ones. That's not a Macmillan kind of situation, but you can look that up online. And I also am a self-published author, and I have not only my Pause and Remember book, but I also have just now dropped Pause and Forgive. So book 2 is now out, and not only is that indie author, which would then give you 3 clues, but my second book actually has a character of color in it, and I'm getting to that one in a minute. If you read a book with a romance, it gives you 4 clues because we have Valentine's Day this month, and because it's Black History Month, going back to what I said about my book, if you read that, it does, and which I am also grateful because I'm always needing more reviews and stuff to get the word out. But that one counts as a either character of color or an author of color. And if you do that this month for Black History Month, you get 5 clues. That is the most clues you can get for each book. So you'll see how real quickly you can fill out that spreadsheet to figure out what's going on in this game and figure out the murder mystery super easy by just even focusing on some of those higher ones, the romances and the person or author of color, character or author of color. We'll get you those clues super, super fast. So I hope that's making sense so far. This spreadsheet is going to be available down below. The links are always going to be down below. So definitely jump into that. I do sprints every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And so I'm happy to answer any questions live there that you may have. And we have a good time anyway. So if you're ever wanting to do the Pomodoro method of sprinting, please come join us. We always have a good time there. So let's see what else. Oh, also rules. This year, no children's books, please. That's something I've been running into. I don't know why. I love children's books. I'm not talking YA. I love YA. I'm talking actual children's like little chapter books. Please, no. And if you're doing any kind of trade paperback or manga, they need to be at least 200 pages to count, please. It's self-paced. It's supposed to be for fun, but let's not just try to skate by the minimum either and like break the system or whatever. Let's actually go in what is the heart and what is meant in the readathons when you do them. And that's to broaden your horizons and read more. Those are the only real rules outside of there will be one special form that pops up on the day of the 27th. This is the day, February 27th is the day that you will need to submit your guess. Up until then, you're just getting these clues. And so even if you get all the clues and you know what the answer is by the second week of February, I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait because you only get to guess once. And the only way to guarantee that is to have one day where we're tracking it. So the 27th, it will go live at our midnight Eastern time, and you'll have until 11:59 p.m. Eastern time on the 27th to submit your final guess. And anybody who participates will get a digital bookmark. Another reason to give me your email address so I can send you the digital bookmark. My kid actually designs these herself. The fun part that I was talking about earlier and hinting on, here is that information. For those who successfully guess the murder mystery completely and have it submitted on time, because it will not count after that 27th, because on the 28th, you guys are going to get an announcement on what the answer was. Those who successfully do it will be put into a drawing because you know I'm a sucker for drawings. And those who are new here, welcome. I'm a sucker for drawing. Gifting is my love language. So I'm going to do a drawing for a certain number. You don't know what that number is of names for everybody who successfully guessed. And those names, when I pull, will get a book, one of those beautiful editions from my book boxes, and they will get the new bookmark for this year in physical form. Last year's, just to give you a taste, was this one. The circles were first different thing for the D&D spreadsheet that we do. This year, there will not be circles, but we'll still have a dragon and we will still have books and book titles. So I am super excited about it. A sneak peek has already been kind of circulating out there a little bit. So like I said, you show up to sprints and sign up for the Discord, you get to see fun things early. I am so excited for this. I think she did a fabulous job. Each year, Katie just does a little bit more. So I hope all of that has made sense. I hope you're as excited as I am for this. Stick around and stay tuned because next I'm going to go into some books that were my favorites of person of color or character of color or author of color, and might be a good one for you if we have similar tastes. And yeah, stick around. All right, so I'm going to go through these books super quickly. I'm going to make sure they're flashed up on screen because I'm a visual learner myself. So that way you guys can hopefully pick one up here that you would like to try out or have heard of before. And now it's going to definitely be on your radar. Ones that I have really enjoyed and loved reading. Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. Legend Born series by Tracy Dion. By the way, the third one comes out next month. The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. Let's be real, all Tiffany D. Jacksons, including Monday's Not Coming, White Smoke, etc. Love her. The Getaway by Lamar Giles was spooky. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas was heartbreaking as well as on the come up, but I really love her voice. The Dangerous Ones by Lauren Blackwood was a surprise for me. I am going to be reading tons more Lauren Blackwood. The only other one I've read was Within These Wicked Walls, and I loved that one as well. An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. That whole series is incredible. It ties into Air, which is a new duology based off of that series. Highly recommend. In fact, Sabaa Tahir, All My Rage was also incredible. The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. I apologize. She also did City of Brass. But specifically, I know Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi is based off a character of color. So I highly recommend it. It's up on my shelf because 5 stars. Loved that story. The Six Crimson Crane series by Elizabeth Lim is just chef's kiss. I highly, highly recommend for that. It is more YA bent, so make sure you're okay with YA, but an incredible series. The Poppy War series by R.F. Kuang. In fact, let's be real, everything by R.F. Kuang I have loved, including Yellowface, Babel, however you want to pronounce that. Love it. She can do no wrong in my eyes. A Hand to Guide Me by Denzel Washington is a really good choice for nonfiction if you really want to get into the nonfiction. Wings of Ebony series, You Should See Me in a Crown, Jade City series, Alice in Borderland manga, The Black Kids, Shadow of the Fox, Warcross, and Castle of the Curse are just a few other ones I wanted to throw out there and mention. And there are so many more, but I didn't want this video to be like an hour long. So I highly encourage you, use the Google, go out there, use the GoodReads search engine, ask around for friends, broaden horizons, and enjoy this reading month. I can't wait to do this readathon with you all. I too will be guessing and seeing what clues I get back. And yeah, I hope we have a fabulous time. I hope you enjoy your bookmark for participating. You do have to submit at least one book to get that bookmark to actually be participating. But after that, I don't care. So if you only do one book, good for you. You'll get a bookmark, a digital bookmark. So thank you all for being here. Please like, subscribe, send your friends, and I'll see you next time.